Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's regional quarterfinal matchup between the Moulton Kittens and your Dehennis Cowgirls, live here from Marion High School. This is game one of two games tonight. First, we'd like to introduce the designated visiting team, the Moulton Kittens, representing District 29 1A. Number 2, Kelsey Heedler. Number 4, Carson Blahuda. Number 7, Taylor Self. Number 8, Araceli Vasquez. Number 10, Sofia Ledford. Number 11, Valeria Pinedo. Number 12, Madison Rothbauer. Number 13, Katie Richter. Number 14, Addison Simper. Number 17, Abigail Siegel. Number 19, Zerly Vasquez. Number 20, Bethany Cram. And number 23, Erica Stringer. And your Dehennis Cowgirls under head coach Jose Martinez, assistant coach Brooke McCullum, Fred McCullum. Managers Briley Crisp, Rayleigh Slaughter, Athletic Director Todd Kraft, Principal Josh King, and Superintendent Brian Thompson. Number 2, Cammie Johnson. Number 3, Emilia Hitzfelder. Number 4, Kinsley McFadden. Number 5, Sage Everett. Number 6, Joni Wilson. Number 7, Jay Bussey. Number 9, Maggie Rohde. Number 10, Cooper Zachary. Number 11, Julianne Bussey. Number 12, Sarah Moffitt. Number 21, Melody Washington. Number 27, Peyton Beard. And number 91, Abigail Bendeley. Once again, this is game one of two of the regional quarterfinals between the Dehennis Cowgirls and the Moulton Kittens, live here from Marion High School. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning here live tonight on Dehennis Athletics on Facebook and also on YouTube. Nice little cool breeze here with the little sun trying to poke out. And we're going to have the introduction of both teams, and then we'll get this game started.
As we gather for today's game, let's remember that we coach, play, support, and officiate the Texas way. This means we have a respect for others, a control of self, and a spirit of competition. Your actions on the field or in the stands are a reflection of your character. Win or lose, no on-field result exempts you from the responsibility you have to treat one another with respect, place boundaries on your anger, or from demonstrating good sportsmanship. Remember, these brave young women are student athletes, not professional athletes. First and foremost, athletics is a classroom for life, and we all play a role in preparing these young people for success in life through sport. Cheer for your team, honor the competition, and let's create a positive atmosphere where everyone can enjoy the game. Remember, true champions show character in victory and grace in defeat. Let's lead by example and make this event a celebration of all the hard work and investment of these students, coaches, and our community. Let's play with pride, let's play with honor, let's play the Texas way. Welcome to Marion High School. Tonight's area matchup features the representative from District 29 1A, the Moulton Kittens, and representing District 31 1A, the Dehennis Cowgirls. Introducing the Kittens, number 23, Erica Stringer. Number 10, Sophia Ledford. Number 19, Zerly Vasquez. Number 2, Kelsey Heidler. And now the starting lineup. Leading off, playing center field, number 14, Addison Simper. Batting second, playing first base, number 13, Katie Richter. Batting third, playing second base, number 4, Carson Blahuda. Batting fourth, playing catcher, number 7, Taylor Self. Batting fifth, playing shortstop, number 8, Araceli Vasquez. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 17, Abby Siegel. Batting seventh, playing right field, number 11, Valeria Pinedo. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 12, Maddie Rothbauer. Batting ninth, pitching, number 20, Bethany Crom. The coaches for the Kittens are Ty Ramos and John Meichenschleiger. Now introducing the Cowgirls, number 12, Sarah Moffitt. Number 11, Julianne Bussey. 91, Abigail Bendelay. And now the starting lineup. Leading off, playing second base, number 2, Cammie Johnson. Playing shortstop, number 9, Maggie Rohde. Pitching, number 27, Peyton Beard. The catcher, number 6, Joni Wilson. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 7, Jaylee Bussey. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 4, Kensley McFadden. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 21, Melody Washington. Batting eighth, playing center field, number 10, Cooper Zachary. Batting ninth, the designated player, number 3, Amelia Hitzfelder. And the flex player, playing left field, number 5, Sage Everett. Coaches for the Cowgirls are Jose Martinez, Brooke McCollum, and Fred McCollum. Would everyone please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to start this Class 1A regional quarterfinal matchup between the Moulton Kittens and your Dennis Cowgirls. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in here live tonight on Facebook and also on YouTube. Getting the start in the circle for your Cowgirls, number 27, Peyton Beard. Behind the plate, Joni Wilson. At third base, Jay Bussey. Shortstop, Maggie Rohde. Second base, Cammie Johnson. First base, Melody Washington. And the outfield from left to right, Sage Everett, Cooper Zachary, and Kinsley McFadden. Once again, this is game 1 of 2 tonight between the Cowgirls and the Kittens. Live from Marion High School. Leading off for the Kittens is the center fielder, number 14,
Leading off,
Addison
number
Simper.
14, Addison Simper.
First pitch coming up from Beard is in there for strike one. So one strike on Simper. And that will be a ball. So 1-1 to count on the leadoff batter for the Kittens, Addison Simper. Pitch is low and inside for ball two. So 2 balls and 1 strike on the leadoff batter. Pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes on Simper. The 2-2 pitch. Hit, fielded by Beard. She's going to fire it over to first to Washington for out number 1.
Next up to bat.
And up next
Number 13, Katie Richter.
is the second baseman, number 13, Katie Richter. First pitch to Richter is low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch from Beard, high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Richter. With 1 out here in the top of the first. Inside for ball 3. Ball high and inside for ball 4. So Richter will take her base. And up next is number 4, Carson Blahuda.
Stepping up to the plate, number 4, Carson Blahuda.
First pitch. Blahuda squared around, pulled back outside for ball 1. And Richter looking to advance to second. The pitch from Beard. Ball's laid down. Bunt. Fielded by Beard. Fires it over to Johnson at first. Johnson throws it to Bussey. And they're going to get Richter held up on second. And she was trying to make her way towards third. And up next is the catcher, number 7, Taylor
Next up to
Self.
bat, number 7, Taylor Self.
First pitch from Beard. Gets by Wilson. And Richter will advance to third on the pass ball. So 1 ball and no strikes on Self. Ball gets by Wilson. Play at the plate. And she is going to be safe underneath the tag. So 2 balls and no strikes on Taylor Self. And the Kittens get on the board first on the pass ball. And Self swings and fouls it back. Brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's crazy.
It says later alligator.
No, it don't. It says later gator. Later alligator. All it says is later gator. They don't say see ya.
Ball hit deep to center field. And the catch is made for out number 3 by Cooper Zachary. But the Kittens get 1 run on the board and lead 1-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Getting started in the circle for the Kittens will be the pitcher, number 20, Bethany Cram. Behind the plate, number 7, Taylor Self. On third base, number 12, Madison Rothbauer. Shortstop, number 8, Araceli Vasquez. Second base, number 4, Carson Blahuda. First base, number 13, Katie Richter. In the outfield from left to right, Abigail Siegel, Addison Simper, and Valeria Pinedo. And leading off for the Cowgirls will be the second baseman, number 2, Cammie Johnson.
Leading off, number 2, Cammie Johnson.
First pitch from Crom is got the inside corner for strike 1. 1 strike on Johnson. Pitch is high and outside for ball 1, so 1-1 to count. The pitch. Johnson lays down a bunt, fielded by Crom. She's going to fire it over to first. And they're going to say Johnson is safe. They're going to say she just beat out the throw. And up next is the shortstop, number 9, Maggie Rohde.
Next up to bat, number 9, Maggie Rohde.
So Cammie Johnson on first. And Maggie Rohde at the plate. First pitch to Rohde is in there for strike 1. And Johnson's going to be safe. The ball makes its way to center field. But Johnson's going to get held up on second. And on the pitch, it was a strike to Rohde. So 1 strike. Pitch is inside for ball 1, so 1-1 to count on Rohde. One ball, 1 strike. Johnson on second. The pitch. Rohde hits it. Fielded by the third baseman. Fires it over to first. In time for out number 1. And on the hit, Johnson will advance to third.
Stepping up to the plate.
And up next is the pitcher, number 27, Peyton Beard. Crom delivers a pitch. Low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Beard. Once again, Cammie Johnson on third. with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. The pitch, Beard hits it, and it is caught by the first baseman, Katie Richter, for out number 2. And up next is the catcher, number 6, Joni Wilson.
Joni Wilson.
First pitch, Wilson hits it up, popped up in the infield, and caught by the catcher, by the pitcher, Bethany Cron, for out number 3. And the Cowgirls leave 1 runner stranded, and the Kittens lead 1-0. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the second. Once again in the circle, Peyton Beard, Joni Wilson behind the plate, Bussy, Rhodey, Johnson, and Washington in the infield. And in the outfield from left to right, Everett, Zachary, and McFadden. And leading the inning off for the Kittens is the shortstop, number 8, Araceli Vasquez.
Number 8, Araceli Vasquez.
First pitch to Vasquez is high, way outside for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Vasquez. Ball's hit, fielded by Rhodey at short, fires it over to first to Washington in time for out number 1.
Next up to bat, number 17,
And up next
Abby Siegel.
is the left fielder, number 17, Abigail Siegel. First pitch is low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Siegel. Ball low, 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch from Beard. Swung and fouled back into the net. Brings the count to 2 balls and 1 strike.
That's my pencil pocket. Because it's cool like that. That's a big pocket.
So 2 balls and 1 strike on Siegel. The pitch hit, fielded by Johnson at second, and she's going to toss it over to Washington for out number 2. And up next is the right fielder, number 11, Valeria Pinedo.
Up to bat, number 11, Valeria Pinedo.
First pitch to Pinedo. Hit up the middle and caught by Beard for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down. As we head to the bottom of the second, Kittens lead 1-0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading the inning off for the Cowgirls will be the third baseman, number 7, Jay Bussey. Once again, Bethany Crom in the circle for the Kittens. As we begin the bottom of the second. Live here from Marion High School. This is game 1 of 2. Game 2 will be played 30 minutes after the completion of game 1. And Jay Bussey at the plate. First pitch is inside and low for ball 1. The pitch, Bussey hits it, fielded by the shortstop, and fires it over to first in time. As Araceli Vasquez fired it over to first for out number 1. And up next is the right fielder, number 4, Kinsley McFadden. First pitch to McFadden gets by the catcher for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on McFadden. McFadden swings and fouls it out of play. Brings the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball low. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch from Crom. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And McFadden swings and pops it up down the first base line, and it is caught by the first baseman, Katie Richter, for out number 2. And up next is the first baseman, number 21, Melody Washington.
Plate number 21, Melody Washington.
First pitch is in there for strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Washington. Washington swings and fouls it out of play. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Washington hits a nice hard shot past the shortstop for a single to left. And up next is the center fielder, number 10, Cooper Zachary.
Up to bat, number 10, Cooper Zachary.
First pitch is high for ball 1. And Zachary hits it down the right field line. It's going to drop in fair. Washington making their way towards third, and Zachary's going to get held up at first. So runners are now in the corners for the Cowgirls with Washington on third and Zachary on first. And up next, the designated hitter, number 3, Emilia Hitzfelder.
Up to the plate, number 3, Amelia Hitzfelder.
First pitch, swing and a miss. Ball's overthrown to center field, and Washington will come in and score. Zachary caught in the rundown between third and second. And she's going to be safe as the ball drops into the dugout. And overthrown at home. And Zachary, play at the plate, is safe underneath the tag. And the Cowgirls score 2 runs. And now lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the second. So 1 ball and no strike. Excuse me, 1 ball and 1 strike on Amelia Hitzfelder. And off the overthrows, the Cowgirls score 2 runs and now lead 2-1 here in the bottom of the second with 2 outs. Pitch is high and outside for ball 2. Ball 3. Swing and a miss.
Drop, Anthony.
3 balls and 1 strike on Hitzfelder. I was incorrect. The pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Full count.
1 more, girls. 1 more. Let's go.
Swing and a miss for strike 3. And the Cowgirls now lead 2-1. You're watching the Hennis Cowgirls softball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Remaining in the circle for the Cowgirls, number 27, Peyton Beard behind the plate, Joni Wilson. In the infield, Jay Bussey, Maggie Rohde, Cammie Johnson, and Melody Washington. And the outfield from left to right, Sage Everett, Cooper Zachary, and Kinsley McFadden. And leading the inning off for the Kittens will be the third baseman, number 12, Madison Rothbauer.
Leading off, number 12, Maddie Rothbauer.
First pitch from Beard is high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Rothbauer. Pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. So 1-1 the count.
Whoa, 2 flags. What's on that 1 flag? What is that?
There's another one.
No way.
A pitch outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike on the batter. Rothbauer hits it, fielded by Rohde at short, fires it over to first to Washington for out number 1.
Let's go, Bethany. Good job, Addie.
Up to bat,
And
number
up next
20,
is the
Bethany
pitcher,
Crom.
number 20, Bethany Crom.
Get started, Bethany. Come on.
First pitch swung and fouled back. So 1 strike on Crom. The pitch high and inside for ball 1, so 1-1 to count.
She went to go get your water, okay? She went to the car.
The pitch hit, fielded by Beard, and Beard's going to fire it over to Washington for out number 2. And now we're back
No, sir.
to the top of the lineup with the center fielder, number 14,
Up to bat, number 14,
Addie Simper.
Addison Simper.
So I said,
First pitch, Simper, fielded by Beard once again, and fires it quickly to Washington for out number 3. Cowgirls holding on to the lead, 2-1. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Bottom of the third, Cowgirls 2, Kittens 1. Now we're back to the top of the lineup for the Hennis with the second baseman, number 2, Cammie Johnson, leading off the inning. Bethany Crom remains in the circle for the Kittens.
Leading off, number 2, Cammie Johnson.
First pitch to Johnson is in there for strike 1.
No, that's dirty.
The pitch, Johnson swings, fielded by the third baseman, and they're going to say it is foul down the third base line. So there will be no balls and 2 strikes on Johnson. So once again, no balls and 2 strikes on Cammie Johnson, as the ball appeared to be fair, that they're going to say it landed foul. So no balls and 2 strikes on Johnson. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 1. And up next is the shortstop, number 9, Maggie Rohde.
Up to bat, number 9, Maggie Rohde.
First pitch to Rohde is in there for strike 1. Rhodey swings and fouls it back. So no balls and 2 strikes on the batter. The pitch to Rhodey. Sends a deep shot to left field. And it's going to drop in fair down the left field line. And Rhodey will make her way towards third for a stand-up triple. And up next is the pitcher, number 27, Peyton Beard.
Up to bat, number 27, Peyton Beard.
This is all for me, guys. You can have that 4. He got a 4. He wanted a 4.
Pitch is inside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes on Beard. Pitch is in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Beard. Rhodey on third. The pitch, Beard hits it foul into the Cowgirl dugout. Brings the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. And out number 2. And up next is the catcher, number 6, Joni Wilson.
Up to bat, number 6, Joni Wilson.
First pitch to Wilson is in there for strike 1. 1 strike on Wilson. Once again, Rhodey on third. Caught the outside corner for strike 2. The pitch to Wilson. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So we head to the top of the 4th. Cowgirls leave 1 runner stranded and lead 2-1. Welcome back. Setting the defense for the Cowgirls once again in the circle. Peyton Beard, Joni Wilson behind the plate. Jay Bussey on third base. Maggie Rudy on shortstop. Cammie Johnson on second. Melody Washington on first. And in the outfield from left to right, Sage Everett, Cooper Zachary, and Kinsley McFadden. And leading the inning off for the Kittens is number 13, Katie Richter. First pitch is low for ball 1. Pitch just missed inside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Richter. The pitch from Beard in there for strike 1. Two balls and 1 strike on Richter.
Let's go, Katie.
The pitch swung on, hit deep to center field, and the catch is made by Cooper Zachary for out number 1. And up next is the second baseman, number 4, Carson Blahuda.
Carson Blahuda.
Let's go, Carson.
Blahuda shows bunt, pulls back, and the ball is inside. So 1 ball, no strikes on Blahuda. Blahuda shows bunt again. Pulls back high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on the batter. Blahuda shows bunt and pulls back in there for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. The pitch swung on, caught by Johnson on second base as the ball was heading towards center field over the middle, and Johnson used her quickness to get there
Up to bat,
to make the
number
catch
7,
for out
Taylor
number
Self.
2. And up next is the catcher, number 7, Taylor Self. First pitch to Self is in there for strike 1. The pitch, Self hits it deep to right field, and it's over the head of McFadden. Ball makes its way to the fence. Self will get held up at second.
Good hit, Taylor. Come on, get her in,
And up
Taylor.
next is the shortstop, number 8, Araceli Vasquez.
Come on, get her in,
Up to
Taylor.
bat, number 8, Araceli Vasquez.
Get harder in. Let's go, girl.
Let's go, Joe. Get your hit.
First pitch to Vasquez is inside and low for ball 1. Wilson fires it over to third, not in time. And Self will be safe on the steal. So 1 ball and no strikes on Vasquez, with Self now on third.
Don't leave her out there.
The pitch from Beard. Hit in the gap to right. And Self will come in and score on the RBI single by Araceli Vasquez. And we're tied up at 2 apiece
There we go, Abby.
with 2 outs. And up next is the left fielder, number 17,
Up to bat,
Abigail
number
Siegel.
17, Abby Siegel.
First pitch is low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Siegel. Wind up in the pitch. Low for ball 2.
Good job, Abby.
The pitch inside for ball 3.
Good job, Abby.
3 balls and no strikes on Siegel. Vasquez on first. The pitch hit, and it's going to land foul down the right, the first baseline. So 3 balls and 1 strike on the batter. .31 to count on Siegel. The pitch, low and inside for ball 4, so runners now on first and second for the Kittens. And up next is the right fielder, number 11, Valeria Pinedo.
Up to bat, number 11, Valerie Pinedo.
Over here. This is our side. Let's go, Val. Get your hit.
So Vasquez on second. Siegel on first. And Pinedo at the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1.
Come on, Val. Okay, you can do it.
Outside and low for ball 1, so 1-1 to count on the batter. Pitch rolls past the catcher, and the runners will advance to second and third on the pass ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Pinedo with 2 outs. Vasquez on third, Siegel on second. The pitch from Beard, high for ball 3. The pitch swung and fouled back, brings the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Pinedo. The pitch outside for ball 4. And Vasquez was still home, and the Kittens will take the lead on the walk. Vasquez stole home. And up next is the third baseman, number 12, Maddie Rothbauer. And Jose Martinez will call time and speak to his infield as the Kittens have taken the lead here 3-2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, with runners on first and second. So once again at the plate, Maddie Rothbauer. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, top of the 4th. The pitch from Beard, high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Rothbauer. High and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on the batter. Swing and a miss for strike one.
There you go, Maddie. Come on, Maddie, let's get a hit, girl. Get him around.
The pitch hit in the gap. Fielded by Everett, bobbled by Everett. A run will come in and score. And runners on second and third for the Kittens.
Good job, girls!
Come on, Bethany.
Keep it going, keep it going!
And up next is the pitcher, number 20, Bethany Crom.
Stepping up to the plate, number 20, Bethany Crom.
Let's go, Bethany! Come on, Cowgirls!
First pitch from Beard is low for ball one. The pitch to Crom, high and outside for ball two.
Come on, BK!
2 balls and no strikes on the batter.
Easy, easy, easy. Easy trip. Hands out.
Let's go, Bethany. Get a rip.
The pitch got the inside corner for strike one. 2 balls and 1 strike on Crom.
Yeah. Way up into the sky. Oh yeah, it's the top.
The pitch high and outside for ball 3. 3-1 to count. The pitch just missed low for ball 4. It's going to load up the bases for the Kittens. And up next is the center fielder, number 14, Addison Semper. And coming in to courtesy run on first base is number 19,
Courtesy runner, number 19,
Zureli Vasquez.
Pitcher, Zureli Vasquez.
So bases loaded for
Up to
Semper.
bat, number 14, Addison Semper.
First pitch from Beard is low and inside for ball 1.
Oh, it's going up. Oh, it's going up. Play in the sky and S. Look, I see the top. It's gonna be balanced.
The pitch low for ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, bases loaded.
No, ma'am.
The pitch to Semper inside for ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
We'll save for the next game because the sun is, once the sunset, okay?
The pitch high for ball 4. So the Kittens will add another run and the bases will remain loaded. And up next is the first baseman, number 13,
Richter.
Katie Richter. Once again, bases loaded for the Kittens. They have brought in 4 runs here in the top of the 4th and now lead 5-2 with 2 outs.
Well, let me do this. When I get home tonight from this game, I'll be here all that format. If I feel like I can get it in before and like out before 12, I'll go ahead and put him on the roster. But if it seems like it's going to be really slow, I know I think I've had like our last 8 times.
Let's go, Katie!
Once again at the plate, Katie Richter. The bases loaded, 2 outs. The pitch in there for strike 1. The pitch high for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike on the batter. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. The pitch from Beard. Gets by the catcher. Play at the plate. And they're going to say she is safe. And the Kittens add another run. And the runners advance to second and third with deuces across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. The pitch hit and caught by Rhodey at shortstop for the 3rd out as we head to the bottom of the 4th with the Kittens leaving 2 runners stranded but bring 5 runs across and now lead 6-2. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading the inning off for the Cowgirls is the 3rd baseman, number 7, Jay Bussey. And Bethany Crom remains in the circle for the Kittens.
Leading off, number 7, Jaylee Bussey.
First pitch to Bussey is in there for strike 1. Pitch is low for ball 1, so 1-1 to count on Bussey. The pitch, Bussey hits a shot off the glove of the pitcher up the middle, and she's going to be safe as the ball gets off the top of the glove of the first baseman. And she's going to get to take second base as the ball went into the Cowgirl dugout.
Up to bat, number 4, Kinsley McFadden.
And up next is the right fielder, number 4, Kinsley McFadden. First pitch to McFadden is swung and fouled back into the net. So 1 strike on McFadden with Bussey on second. The pitch, McFadden bunt attempt is missed for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on McFadden. The pitch, McFadden swings, pops it up in the infield. Second baseman is there to make the catch for out number 1. And up next is the first baseman, number 21, Melody Washington.
Up to bat number 21, Melody Washington.
First pitch from Crom, swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 strike on Washington. Bussy on second.
Over here. Watch the court.
The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Pitch is outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, leave it there, please.
And Washington swings and fouls it back. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. With Bussy on second. The pitch, Washington swings and pops it up deep to left field. And the catch is made for out number 2 by Ab Siegel. And up next is the center fielder, number 10, Cooper Zachary. And now they're going to let Washington come back and bat. They're going to say that was an illegal pitch. So 1 out. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes on Washington. And Bussy on second. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 2. And up next is the center fielder, number 10, Cooper Zachary.
Up to bat number 10, Cooper Zachary.
First pitch to Zachary is in there for strike 1. And Zachary hits it, fielded by Crom, fires it over to first for out number 3. As we head to the top of the 5th, the Kittens lead the Hen at 6-2. Welcome back as we begin the top of the 5th. Remaining in the circle for the Cowgirls, Peyton Beard, Joni Wilson behind the plate, Bussy, Rhodey, Johnson, and Washington in the infield. And the outfield from left to right, Everett, Zachary, and McFadden. And up to bat for the Kittens will be the second baseman, number 4, Carson Blahuda.
Leading off, number 4, Carson Lahuda.
Let's go, Carson.
First pitch is low for ball 1.
That's a roof.
Pitch is high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Blahuda.
That's my pencil for work. Yeah, for work.
In there for strike 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. The pitch hit, fielded by Beard, fires it over to first for out number 1.
Cece Bale said YouTube sounded wrong. Is that you?
Up to bat, number 7, Taylor Self.
Up next is the catcher, number 7, Taylor Self, with 1 out. Pitch in there for strike 1. Pitch is low for ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here in the top of the 5th.
Here we go, Taylor.
Taylor Self at the plate for the Kittens.
Do it again.
The pitch, Self sends a shot to center field. Ball rolls to the fence. Picked up by Zachary. She's going to fire it in to Rhodey. And it's going to be a double for Self. And up next is the shortstop, number 8, Araceli Vasquez.
Up to bat, number 8, Araceli Vasquez.
Here we go, Chill. Let's go, Chili Bobcats.
First pitch, fielded by Beard, fires it over to first to Washington for out number 2. And Washington will fire it over to third to Bussy.
All right, bring her in, Abby. Bring her in, Abby. Here we go. Way to advance it, Chili. Good job.
Up to bat, number 17, Abby
And up next is the
Siegel.
left fielder, number 17, Abigail Siegel. First pitch in there for strike 1. 1 strike on Siegel. Self on third. 2 outs. The pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch in the dirt or on the turf for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch low for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2 pitch, high for ball 3. Full count.
All right, here we go, Abby. Second play. Here we go. It's close. Hit it. Get her in.
Pitch is low for ball 4, so runners now on the corners.
Come on, Val, you got it.
And up next
Again, girl.
is the right fielder,
Up to bat, number 11,
number
Valeria
8, number
Pinedo.
11, Valeria Pinedo. First pitch is high for ball one. So 1 ball, no strikes. Runners on first and third. 2 outs. Pitch is outside and low for ball two.
You're doing good, girl.
Pitch is outside and low for ball three. 3 balls and no strikes on Pinedo.
Looking right at me. I'm like, calm down. I'm dad. First off. And she goes, I mean dad. And I'm like, dude, like, just, mom. I'm like,
The pitch. And it's going to load up the bases for the Kittens. And up next is the third baseman, number 12, Maddie Rothbauer.
Up to bat number 12, Maddie Rothbauer.
we got Maddie.
First pitch is low for ball one. The pitch in there for strike one. So 1-1 the count on Rothbauer with the bases loaded.
Get you a nice hit, Maddie. Here we go.
Pitch is low for ball two. The pitch just missed inside for ball three. So 3 balls and 1 strike on the batter. Pitch is high for ball 4. So Self will come in and score. And the bases will remain loaded. And it appears we're going to have a pitching change. And now coming in the pitch will be number 7, J. Lee Bussey. So Beard will go over to first. Washington over to third. And we're going to let Bussey warm up. We'll be right back.
First, I thought he was singing Dave Matthews. Sure, can you do me a favor? Go. I got a job for you. No, I got you a 4. I got you a 4. Where's your 4 at? It's in your mom's bag.
So new pitcher In the circle for the Cowgirls, number 7, Jaylee Bussey. Comes in with the bases loaded with 2 outs. And now up at the plate
Up to bat,
is the pitcher, number 20,
Crom.
Bethany Crom. First pitch from Bussey is inside for ball 1. Pitch gets by Wilson, and a run will come in and score for the Kittens. On the pass ball, runners will advance to second and third. Beard moved over from pitcher to first base. Washington moved from first to second. Cammie Johnson moved from second to third. So 2 balls and no strikes. Ball gets by Wilson once again. And another run will come in and score for the Kittens. So 3 balls and no strikes on Crom. The runner on third. The pitch outside for ball 4. So runners on first and third. And up next is the center fielder, number 14, Addison Semper.
Addison Semper. Courtesy runner number 19, Zareli Vasquez.
The pitch from Bussey is in there for strike 1. Pitch got the inside corner for strike 2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Semper. The pitch hit. And it's going to go foul down the third base line. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch hit and caught by Rhodey at shortstop for out number 3. As the Kittens add 3 more runs and now lead 9-2 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading the inning off for the Cowgirls is number 3, Emilia Hitzfelder.
Leading off number 3, Amelia Hitzfelder.
Bethany Crom remains in the circle for the Kittens. First pitch to Hitzfelder. Hitzfelder swings and pops it up to left field. Actually, the shortstop's going to make the catch. So the catch is made by Araceli Vasquez for out number 1.
Up to bat, number 2, Cami
Now we're back to the top of the lineup with the third baseman, number 2, Cami Johnson. First pitch to Johnson, bunt attempt pulled back low for ball 1. The pitch inside and low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Johnson. Pitch is high for ball 3. So 3 balls and no strikes.
Let's go, Bethany.
The pitch in there for strike 1. 3 balls and 1 strike.
All right, Bethany, keep her right here.
The pitch low for ball 4, so Johnson will draw the walk and make her way towards first. And up next is the shortstop, number 9, Maggie Rohde.
Up to bat, number 9, Maggie Rohde.
The pitch in there for strike 1, and Johnson will still second. So 1 strike on Rohde. The pitch outside and low for ball 1. 1-1 to count on Rohde. Pitch is in there for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 1 out, Cami Johnson on second. And Rohde hits it to left field. And now Cowgirls with runners on first and third. And up next is the first baseman, number 27, Peyton Beard.
Up to bat, number 27, Peyton Beard.
First pitch to Beard. And Rohde will steal second. And on the pitch, it'll be strike 1 on Beard. So Rohde on second, Johnson on third, 1 out. Peyton Beard at the plate. The pitch. Beard swings and fouls it out of play. So no balls and 2 strikes. Beard sends a shot in the gap, and it's going to get to the fence. Johnson will come in and score. Rohde will come in and score on a 2-run RBI hit by Peyton Beard. And up next is the catcher, number 6, Joni Wilson.
Gotta stay ready, girls.
Play defense, ladies! He said he got his white car fixed.
Lord is giving us favor right now. It was supposed to rain, but I don't know. Did it snow? Rain on the radar for tomorrow? Okay, this side, please.
So with one out, Beard on second. Now at the plate for the Cowgirls, number 6, Joni Wilson.
Up to bat, number 6, Joni Wilson.
First pitch to Wilson is high and outside for ball 1.
Let's go, girls. Let's go, Bethany.
Well, I guess at some point. Well, I guess Jordan will.
Come on, Joni. Talk it up, Joe.
If Rex ain't gonna be able tomorrow, and it's not gonna be raining and stuff, then I'll say just let him be over there with him, and then you and Jaime do your thing.
The pitch. Wilson swings and pops it up. And the first baseman is there to make the catch. Katie Richter for out number 2. And up next is the pitcher, number 7, Jay Bussey.
Up to bat, number 7, Jaylee Bussey.
Let's go, Bethany. Check your runners.
First pitch is high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Bussey. Beard on second with 2 outs. Pitch is inside for ball 2. Pitch caught the outside corner for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on Bussey. The pitch, Bussey chops it up the middle, bobbled by the shortstop, and Bussey's going to be safe at first. So the Cowgirls with runners on first and third. And up next is the right fielder, number 4, Kinsley McFadden.
Up to bat, number 4, Kinsley McFadden.
All right, check your runners. Where are you going?
McFadden sends a shot to the first baseman, and she snags it. And she tags the base for out number 3 as we head to the top of the 6th. Cowgirls add 2 runs and now down 9-4. You're watching the Hennis Cowgirls softball. We'll be right back. Welcome back. In the circle, Jay Bussey behind the plate. Joni Wilson, third base. Cammie Johnson, shortstop. Maggie Rohde, second base. Melody Washington, first base. Peyton Beard in the outfield from left to right. Sage Everett, Cooper Zachary, and Kinsley McFadden. As we begin the top of the 6 here.
Leading off, number 13, Katie Richter.
And the first baseman, Katie Richter, leading the inning off for the Kittens. First pitch is in there for strike 1. Nice hard hit down the left field line. It's going to go foul. So no balls and 2 strikes on Richter.
Go, Katie.
Where'd it go? A dog? There you go, Katie.
The pitch outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the batter. And she's going to get hit by the pitch. And she's going to take her base on first.
Up to bat, number
And up
4,
next
Carson
is the
Blahuda.
second baseman, number 4, Carson Blahuda. First pitch, Wilson blocks the ball. So 1 ball and no strikes on Blahuda. Rudder on first for the Kittens. The pitch from Bussey, high for ball 2. Wilson fires it over to first, not in time. Pitch on the turf. Wilson fires it over to second, not in time. So Richter still second with 3 balls and no strikes on Blahuda. The pitch inside for ball 4. And runners are now in the corners for the Kittens. And up next is the catcher, number 7, Taylor Self.
Up to bat, number 7, Taylor Self.
First pitch, swing and a miss. Ball gets by Wilson. And a run will come in and score. And Blahuda will advance to third. On the pass ball. So no balls and 1 strike on Self. The pitch inside. Ball gets by Wilson. And Blahuda will be called out at home for out number 1.
Good try, Carson. Good hustle. Good try, Carson. I don't think so. The ball got by her. She's slow.
So 1 ball and 1 strike on the batter.
She put the ball right on her head.
A pitch hit, caught by Rhodey at shortstop for out number 2.
Shelly, keep it going, girl.
Come on, Shell.
And up next is the shortstop,
Up to
number
bat,
8,
number 8,
Araceli Vasquez.
Araceli Vasquez.
Shelly Vasquez. Let's go, Vasquez.
First pitch,
Get out.
caught the outside corner for strike 1. Pitch in there for strike 2.
Come on, you gotta hit it, girl. I wouldn't say you to hit it.
The pitch from Bussy. Swing and a miss for strike 3. And out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Kittens lead the Hennis 10-4. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Leading the inning off for the Cowgirls, second baseman number 21, Melody Washington.
Leading off, number 21, Melody Washington.
First pitch, caught the inside corner for strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Washington. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 1. And up next is the center fielder, number 10, Cooper Zachary.
Up to bat, number 10, Cooper Zachary.
Zachary hits it and off the glove of the second baseman. And Zachary is standing on second base. And up next is number 3, Emilia Hitzfielder.
Up to bat, number 3, Amelia Hitzfelder.
First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. 1 strike on Hitzfielder. Zachary on second. Hitzfielder swings and fouls it back into the net. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch hits fielder, fouls it into the net. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch low. Zachary will advance to third. So 1 ball and 2 strikes on hits fielder. The pitch in there for a called strike 3 and out number 2. Now we're back to the top of the lineup with the third baseman number 2, Cammie Johnson.
Up to bat number 2, Cammie Johnson.
First pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Pitch is low for ball 1, so 1-1 to count on Johnson. The pitch to Johnson, low for ball 2. Pitch is low for ball 3, so 3 balls and 1 strike on Johnson. The pitch high for ball 4, so Cowgirls with runners on first and third. And up next is the shortstop, number 9, Maggie Rohde. First pitch to Rohde. Outside for ball 1. And Johnson on the pitch, steals second. Zachary on third, Johnson on second. 1 ball, no strikes on Maggie Rohde. The pitch, Rohde hits it, finds an open spot. Zachary will come in and score. Johnson will come in and score. And Rohde holds up on first base on the RBI single. And up next is the first baseman, number 27, Peyton Beard.
Peyton Beard.
First pitch to Beard is low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Rohde on first. And Beard hits it up the middle. And runners now on first and second. Rohde to second, Beard to first. And up next is the catcher, number 6, Joni Wilson, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Up to bat number 6, Joni Wilson.
Get up, Carson. There you go.
Straight towards second, Carson. Just a little. All right, girls.
So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, Maggie Rohde on second, Peyton Beard on first. And out to plate the catcher, number 6, Joni Wilson. First pitch to Wilson. Hit. Fielded by Vasquez at short. And force out. They're going to say she is off the bag. And the runner is safe at third. So Rohde now on third. Beard on second. Wilson on first. And the bases are loaded for the pitcher. Number 7, Jay Bussey.
Number 7, Jaylee Bussey.
First pitch is low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on Bussey. Rohde, Beard, Wilson on the bases. Bussey hits it, and it's over the second baseman. Rohde will come in and score. Beard will come in and score. Bussey making it work towards second, and Wilson stands on third. And the Cowgirls bring in 2 more runs and cut the lead down to 2. And up next is the right fielder, number 4, Kinsley McFadden.
Up to bat number 4, Kinsley McFadden.
First pitch to McFadden. McFadden swings and fouls it out of play. 1 strike on McFadden. Wilson on third, Bussey on second. The pitch, McFadden chops it to third. Fires it over to first. Not in time. Wilson will come in and score. And runners are on the corners. Bussey on third, McFadden on first. And now Coach Ty Ramos will speak with the umpire, questioning the call.
That's a half a step.
Now the umpires will gather up together. And they're going to stick with the call. They're going to say McFadden is safe. So the run will score. Bussey now on third, McFadden on first. And up next is the second baseman, number 21, Melody Washington.
All right, girls, here we go.
Up to bat 21, Melody Washington.
With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Good.
First pitch is high, and McFadden will steal second. 1 ball, no strikes on Washington. Outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on the batter.
Here we go, Bethany. Come on, girls.
High and outside for ball 3. 3-0 the count.
Here we go, Bethany. You got it, girl. Just do what you do.
Pitch outside for ball 4. It's going to load up the bases for the Cowgirls. And up next is the center fielder, number 10, Cooper Zachary.
Here we go, girls. Close the back. Let's go.
Up to bat, number 10.
Bases
Cooper
loaded
Zachary.
for Cooper Zachary, Bussy, McFadden, and Washington on the bases. Cowgirls have scored 5 runs here in the bottom of the 6th. First pitch to Zachary is low for ball 1. The pitch low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Zachary. Caught the inside corner for strike 1. So 2 balls and 1 strike on the batter. Bussy, McFadden, and Washington on the bases for the Cowgirls. The pitch. Zachary hits it, fielded by the pitcher, play at the plate. They're going to say she is out. Oh, it was close. Now they're going to talk about it with the other umpires. The head umpire is going to speak with the other umpires, see if they're going to overturn it. It was close. And they're going to say that Bussy is out at home. But the Cowgirls bring in 5 runs and are now down 10-9 as we head to the top of the 7th. You're watching D'Hanis Cowgirls Softball. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Top of the 7th.